city centre Manchester, this is Channel M, everywhere. Tonight, tribute to a legend.
I think Alan Ball was undoubtedly a great...
You all know me well enough by now to have noticed that I'm always looking upwards for antennas, and when I see them, I wonder what they are, what their purpose is, and if they're still sending and receiving signals in and out of the ether. I found myself looking up at this antenna system in Salford, Greater Manchester recently, and well, one thing led to another, and here's the story of Channel M, Manchester's own TV station. Now, there's a bit of a mystery for me in this video, which I'll share with you in the hope that you, the viewer, can fill in the missing piece of the history. Channel M launched in 2000, but it can be traced back further to when it was originally known as Manchester Student Television. It initially had a 4-year restricted service licence, or RSL, to broadcast free-to-air analogue terrestrial television that was awarded by the Independent Television Commission. The Broadcasting Act of 1996 made a provision for 6 RSLs to be issued across the UK, and Channel M was eventually the holder of the 6th licence. It was originally awarded to the University of Salford in 1997, which was part of a consortium that included the Guardian Media Group amongst others. Programming started to be produced in 1998 and was essentially built up and stored, ready for the station's launch as Channel M on the 16th of February 2000. Manchester was the largest city in the UK to have its own channel operating on this form of RSL. It was supposed to cover the area of Manchester, Mid-Lancashire and Cheshire, but signal coverage was always patchy, which I'll come to soon. In 2004, Channel M launched on the digital cable platform NTL, and in 2006 on digital satellite. It was the first TV RSL to do so, and this enabled it to broadcast across Western Europe. It was also available on Sky Channel 203 and Virgin Media Channel 878 before being removed from both platforms in September 2010. By early 2009, Ofcom had awarded Channel M a licence to broadcast on Freeview after the digital switchover, and by the end of that year, the analogue UHF transmitter on Channel 39 was switched off. The Freeview service launched on April 12, 2010. Originally, the main sources of programming were Chum, a Canadian media company based in Toronto, Euronews, a European television news network headquartered in Brussels, Channel M's own in-house productions, and the University of Salford. The Salford University input was made by students and staff at the university. The most well-known university content included Real North, which featured short films, Zeitgeist, an arts magazine show, the Grey Matter Studio Debate, Hitting Home documentaries, Interference, an art show, and Wild Track, a wildlife documentary show. As the station developed, the Chum output was gradually replaced by in-house Channel M and Guardian Media productions. Between 2004 and 2009, the station's flagship programme was the 5 PM weeknight edition of Channel M News, which later expanded to include breakfast, lunchtime and late evening bulletins, as well as a weekly review programme and occasional live specials. Other programming included a computer game review show, a music show that usually featured live studio and outside broadcast performances from alternative and indie bands, and a weekly entertainment roundup programme. The channel studios were originally located in what was the Triangle Shopping Centre. This was an extremely small studio and was used until a move to the Printworks later on. Its final move was to the former Urbis Museum in August 2005. The production team were based at the offices of the Stockport Express before moving over to Urbis in March 2006. In November 2007, Channel M's news team moved to the former MEM Media headquarters over in Spinningfields. The station finally moved its in-house transmission and admin facilities from Urbis to GMG Radio's headquarters at Laser House in Salford Quays. Studio content produced by Salford University was originally produced at the Adelphi Building in Peru Street, Salford, but later moved to new facilities at Media City, here at Salford Quays. The transmission aerial I've been showing you on the top of Salford University is definitely for television. I can't find any evidence that Channel M ever came from here. Before the digital switchover, the analogue transmitter for Channel M was on Bolton Water Tower, where it covered most of West Manchester. Post-digital switchover, it broadcast on a low-power, low-capacity multiplex from Winter Hill. I've seen 4 kilowatts of output power mentioned on numerous sources. If anyone has any information on the Salford University antenna, then let me know. One thing many people agree on is that Channel M was always a weak signal across Manchester. I remember receiving it poorly on analogue in South Manchester. The Freeview signal wasn't all that bad for me, probably due to the better transmission site at Winter Hill. However, many reported a poor Freeview signal in parts of Manchester too. On the 27th of April 2009, Channel M announced a series of cost-cutting exercises. The first was the plan to make 41 redundancies from its 74 staff. It planned to cut costs further by restricting weekday live programming, from 4 programmes totalling 6 hours of output to 1 3-hour news magazine programme, broadcast between 4 PM and 7 PM. Channel M also ceased all of its standalone entertainment, sport and features programming, as well as the weekday breakfast show and the lunchtime and evening news bulletins. Its news and sports coverage was merged into Channel M Today, which launched on Monday the 13th of July 2009. It broadcast on weekdays only from 4 PM till 7 PM and was presented by Andy Crane, as well as sports and features presenters. By February 2010, Guardian Media Group were in talks with its staff regarding options for Channel M's future. In March of that year, the station announced its remaining in-house regional programmes, including Channel M Today, would cease production on Friday the 19th of March 2010. 29 of the station's remaining 33 staff were made redundant. The station was now broadcasting a mix of archived programming, original output from Salford University, as well as simulcasts of Euronews and Real Radio Northwest. There was also a small amount of new programming from independent sources. By the start of 2012, all remaining local programming had ended, with just the simulcasts of Real Radio Northwest and Euronews, as well as acquired programming from the community channel remaining. On the 16th of April 2012, GMG Radio announced its decision to close Channel M. So that's the story of Channel M. If anyone knows more about the story, the transmitter sites, and this aerial on the top of Salford University, then leave me a comment below or drop me an email.
From city centre Manchester, this is Channel M, everywhere.
Tonight, tribute to a legend.
I think Alan Paul was undoubtedly a great player.
Tonight, a load of rubbish.
If it's going to be a fortnight, they smell.